What's up, YouTube? It's Glenn and Big Jack back with another Best Bets of the NFL weekend video. We only got one day of NFL games this weekend. It is the conference championship game. Unfortunately, the Bears won't be playing in it after dropping a narrow one to the Los Angeles Rams. But we do have a interesting NFC championship game. AFC championship game, obviously, there's a lot on the line, but it kind of has a weird feel to it with Bo Nix being out. Jack, last week you had a good week. You went 3-1. I love to see it. Overall, we weren't too good on this season. Both couple games under 500. We'll be back next year, folks, with some better picks, hopefully. Any initial thoughts as we look at these conference championship games, Jackson?
It's kind of a dreary championship weekend. I think that the games themselves could end up being pretty entertaining. I think both of them have the potential to be pretty tight, pretty, down to the wire, all that good stuff. I think they could turn out pretty well. But yeah, you look at last week, obviously biased Bears fans, I think a lot of people might rather see the Bears I know a lot of people would rather see Buffalo still playing, or at least a Denver team that has their starting quarterback. So, no, a little lackluster, but it's kind of feels like sort of the nature of the way that this whole season has gone. It's kind of fitting in a sense. It's really felt wide open all year, and it really, sort of still seems that way going into championship weekend. But as far as, thoughts about the record, where we're at, happy to have a solid week last week, obviously. I got a little greedy, throwing 4 games out there, just chasing a little bit down the stretch here. Got with a good weekend, if I can pull something out of my ass, championship weekend, and then maybe throw a little juice on some prop for the Super Bowl or something. Maybe we'll end up all right after all.
Yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting NFC Championship game with them running it back a third time. Obviously, some divisional foes that play twice, and then that AFC Championship game's got some interesting dynamics. But let's hop right into the picks, Jack. There's only 2 games to go off of. I'm just, for the fans out there, I'm going to give a side in each game, and I'm going to give a few prop bets. Prop bets aren't going to count towards the record. Just a couple noteworthy props I'm throwing out there for the hell of it. The first game up is the New England game. They go to Denver in the 3 o'clock Eastern spot. New England is 4-point favorites. A lot of that probably due to Bo Nix being out and Jarrett Stidham getting the start. It's probably the square way to go about it and to bet New England, but that's the side I'm going to be on. I don't know. I got nothing to go off of with Stidham. Obviously, the Broncos defense is the real deal. May looks like he's maybe a little susceptible to some turnovers to the potentially a good defenses like the Denver Broncos, but I just think Vrabel and that coaching staff and everybody on that New England side of the ball, I think this is their year to get to the Super Bowl. Kind of a nice run for them. I think they find a way to cover this 4-point spread. I think it's unfortunately a little bit of an easy cover for them. I'll take them to win by a touchdown. New England -4. That's my first pick. And then before I turn it over to you, Jack, which I'm sure you're going to be on Denver, but before I turn it over to you, the two props I'm on: Douglas 2+ receptions +115. And then Drake May, I'm going to I think they call it ladder his rushing yards. Start at 30+ for -110, 40+ +185, and 50+, which I know is a big number, for +345. Those are the bets I'm giving this for that AFC Championship game. Thoughts, Jack?
I could dig it. I like the idea that Drake May is going to use his legs. I mean, you see it consistently, time in, time out again, over the course of the postseason, where these quarterbacks who have the ability to do something with those legs becomes a big X factor. I mean, you look at a guy like, not drawing any sort of parallels here necessarily, but, you look at someone like Patrick Mahomes, who he doesn't really use his legs a whole hell of a lot during the regular season, but all of a sudden that postseason rolls around and he lets it loose. Josh Allen, a little bit more consistently during the regular season, but certainly a different animal in the postseason as well. I just think you kind of see it across the board. Guys are going to do whatever it takes, and I like that angle as far as a prop goes. The game itself, early on in the week, I did definitely think that and I don't necessarily totally discount it. Anything could happen. They are at home. Maybe they are still a live dog, but there was a good part of me that thought, Denver could possibly win this game outright. As the week's kind of gone along, as I've thought about it a little bit more, I'm actually on the same side as you, believe it or not. I know that surprises you.
It does surprise me.
I do like the Patriots. I think they take care of business. I don't know, man. It's not. Stidham hasn't played at all. He hasn't played in a couple of years. I don't really know what we're going to be getting. It's not a backup situation where, you feel pretty good about who's coming in. It's a lot on the line. I get that, the Patriots have had literally the, golden road to the Super Bowl, like the entire course of the season, the weakest schedule in NFL history, basically. And it's just kind of everything's fallen their way. And I think it's going to continue to do so this week. I think they take care of business. I don't see how Denver overcomes losing their starting quarterback for an offense that they found a way to win games late a lot. So maybe they just kind of keep relying on their defense. I don't, totally count out a Sean Payton-led team. I'm sure they'll have a really strong game plan to give themselves a chance, but I think New England finds a way through. Maybe a little bit tighter than you do. I'm not as confident, but there's 2 games on the board, not a lot to choose from, and I'll roll with the Patriots -4.
Shocked, Jack. I thought for sure you were going to be on the Broncos. So, all right, to the NFC Championship game. Rams win the first go around of their head-to-head. Seahawks win the last one. They had to come from behind. They win in overtime. They end up going for 2. They get it. Could it be a change into the guard? I don't think so. Everybody knows I love the Seattle Seahawks. Not this weekend. I think I'm on the Rams +2.5. I just think Sean McVay is one of the class coaches of this league. I'm really impressed with Mike Macdonald, but I think Peyton's got the edge. I think McVay's got the edge there. And then, on top of it, the Rams, the first 2 playoff games, they skate by against Carolina. They skate by against the Bears, barely get out of those 2 games. Seattle looks dominant. I think I could be wrong, but I could see a lot of the public just thinking Seattle's going to steamroll. I don't think it's the case. I think the Rams show up ready to play. I think they got their eye in this game. I think they punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. I think they went outright. Rams +2.5 is my pick for that game. And then the one prop bet I do like, though, goes a little bit against that. I like JSN anytime touchdown. I think he's a dog. I think he's going to find his way into the end zone. It's +100. I think it's a lock. JSN anytime touchdown. Jack, thoughts on the NFC Championship game?
It's dangerous. We're both going to be on the same side of both these games. I'm actually not even going to take the 2.5. I'm going to leave it out. I'm just going to take the money line. I'm going to take the juice, try to squeeze a little something out of it. I'm going to take the +120. Kind of what we said about the Patriots sort of just kind of having all the breaks go their way. I think the Rams are in a little bit of a charmed position. We don't need to really get into it, but as far as I'm concerned, they should have absolutely lost last week to the Bears. They probably should have lost to Carolina the week prior. They've just been surviving, and I think it's a veteran team who, in that locker room all week is going to realize the opportunity that's in front of them. They're going to know that they're sort of blessed, if you will, to be in this position. And I don't think they're going to let this chance slip. I think they're going to come correct this week. I think it's going to be a different LA Rams team. I think that offense is going to be humming against a tough defense, but they've already proven in the previous bouts against Seattle that they can go ahead and light it up. I think they'll do it again. I think they win the game outright. I love the Rams on the money line +120. As far as a prop goes, a little bit of a different one. There's certainly a little bit more juice to it. I like Blake Corum anytime touchdown as well. I'm getting it at +235 right now. That's if we're gonna go down the prop stretch,
I love it.
if we're gonna say, hey, we're gonna do 3 picks, I guess that'll be my third this week. Yeah, Rams outright. I think they smack them, and Blake Corum finds a way into the pay dirt.
There's only one thing that gives me any hesitation on the Rams pick, and you're gonna say, don't even think about it. It's a stupid point. It doesn't even matter. All season long, you were seeing teams that played the Broncos and the Bears the next week. Their records were terrible. And then you add in the fact that they played in the cold weather. They had the trip across the country. Is there going to be any wear and tear on that Rams team? I don't know. I think they shake it off. I think they're up for the NFC title game, and I think they're up for their chance to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I mean, it is 100% true what you're saying about the opponents in the week after. Lions kind of had that going on a lot the previous year with these physical teams. Sometimes it takes a toll. I just think that that's a little bit of I don't know if that translates to the postseason. I think that's a little bit of you're in the regular season, you're kind of in the grind of it. and you're not necessarily up for it after just kind of getting your ass kicked the week prior, and you just kind of, you're not there mentally or, physically, certainly. I think in the playoffs, it's a little bit of a different animal. I don't think you're going to catch anybody, taking a load off.
For sure. All right, quick recap for everybody at home. We're both on the New England Patriots -4. We're both on the Rams +2.5. I'm sorry, I'm on the Rams +2.5. Jack's on Rams money line +120. Jack is also on Blake Corum anytime touchdown +235. I'm on JSN anytime touchdown +100.
Blake Corum is all right to cut you off. Blake Corum is actually +295. I misspoke.
295. That's even juicier. I'm on JSN anytime touchdown +100. I'm on Douglas 2+ receptions in the Patriots game, and then I'm on Drake May 30, 40, 50 rushing yards plus at those various odds. So enjoy the championship games at home. Only a couple NFL games left before the long off season. I think they should be some good games. Hopefully it's entertaining. Jack, any final thoughts for the fans at home?
No, like you said, enjoy it. I know it's a pretty wild weather weekend across the country. Hopefully no one loses power and hunker down. And like you said, yeah, soak it in. It's the last. We get the Super Bowl, obviously, but no football next weekend, and then that's all we got left. So unless you're a big American League or whatever the hell they're calling it these days, you better drink it in now because it's coming to a close quickly. But yeah, hopefully I love that we're both on the same side of everything. That makes me feel good. And hopefully it's some good vibes. Hit the double up on the parlay, maybe work in some of those props, really get the juice flowing, and close out the season the right way.
If you're new here, like and subscribe. Jack and I have brought you successfully this year our best bets video every weekend, along with a Bears preview. Obviously, with the Bears being out, we're not going to do that anymore for the rest of the year. Maybe we'll hit a quick recap video in the week in between this weekend and the Super Bowl, but maybe we'll bring you some golf content. We'll see. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, comment, get involved. Let us know who you think's going to win these matchups this weekend. What are your favorite prop bets of the weekend? And we'll see you guys soon. Jack.
Bears.